Hello everyone, it's Peter here, Piotr Fissner. How are you doing, guys? Hello. So, in today's episode, we've got one of the TVs which I bought, and this one is a 65 OLED TV power supply. Now, the power supply wasn't working. Originally, we fixed one of the diodes, and this started working. But I said that this power supply is overheating over there. You can see it's darker. Bit darker. So this started overheating, and I found several components here. Well, actually my technician found several components. I've ordered new capacitors, replaced them, yes, and 0.47 microfarads, 0.68 microfarads, ex.2s, so these are AC for the filtration in the power supply, okay? Okay, wait a sec. Okay, now I had a problem because I bought a meter which has inductance L, and I thought I can check not only coils but the chokes as well. So the core, the ferrite core, is used to wind it like in the transformer, only less turns, and you don't have secondary. Yes, you've got only primary winding, like main winding. So it's to filter, yes, noises. Now, because I thought that the choke is, shorted maybe or something, it doesn't work properly because here was, not showing me Henry's. So I bought a wire, 0.8 millimeter wire. I've winded the choke again, and I've compared these two, and I didn't see any difference. So I've taken ESR meter Master 100, which sends 100 kilohertz signal, yes, and it turns out that when the not inductor but the choke is it's inductor, let's say, when it's saturated, it's showing then 17.5 ohms on this original one. Okay, so I don't know if the specification holds, but I know in general it's working because one, it's conductive from point A to the B point, and two, so we see on the ohms that it's a 0 ohms. Two, on the inductance, you don't see, so we don't take it to consideration, but we take as well the 100 kilohertz saturation, yes, so the saturation at 100 kilohertz, and then it's showing us, the original one is showing us 17.5, and the one which I've winded, a new one, is showing us 17.1. So the enameled copper wire I've replaced with has quite similar score to what had the original. Now, don't get me wrong, it can be still different specification, and I can still have some small difference. One, I can't wind it superbly as it was winded. Two, I could damage enamel on the copper wire during the work. Three, I could do it a bit off because I'm not a machine, I'm human. So I could do it, so it could not be maybe as good as the manufacturer one. Yes, but it's still good enough, I would say, for this, at least for testing for sure, yes. So having this meter, I would say it's a savior, because now we see that the saturation is showing that it's still holding the inductance. Now, unfortunately, this meter is cheap, so you can't expect this one to work with and the chokes and the coils. Sorry guys, that's lesson taught. I've got a still problem because when I'm connecting, I've placed a fuse wire here on this fuse. Okay, so that's a fuse wire from my collection of fuse wires, just not to solder every time, wires. It shouldn't blow up now because I'm using the bulb, so the live here goes through the bulb. So it's only shining the bulb, and that's it. Now the filtration capacitors were replaced, the yellow ones, so we know that it's okay, but we still have a short. This one is clicking and you can hear that it's trying to turn on because you've got standby light. So we know that the power section is sort of working. Where is the leakage now is the question. So we don't know that. And if we will take, I prefer that meter, but okay, let's switch the probes. That's already 5 minutes, guys. Okay. So let us get on the beep and we will see that the inner, which is AC, no short whatsoever. Now where is the plus and where is the minus? That's the plus side, okay, and that's the minus side. And still it's OL, okay. So in that case, the main line here is not showing any shorts. Now here, nothing on the capacitors. Fuses are not blown because they are beeping. Okay, of course this one will now beep as well. So we know the fuses are fine. We know that there's no short on the bridge rectifier because of the filtration capacitors. Here is the diode 0534. I don't remember from top of my head which way is what, so I need to check it with the universal, with the bridge rectifier design. So bridge rectifier, okay, diagram. So on the minus side, where do we have? So AC to AC. If I'm connecting AC to AC, I will show you on the picture. Okay, it's a random picture from the how you call it, from the internet. Okay, so when we see here that the AC is coming, okay, to the bridge rectifier, it's going between the cathode of this diode and the anode of this diode. So here as well, AC is coming in between cathode of this diode and anode of this diode, okay. So in that case, well, there are different ones and they are all showing the same thing. So if we measure in between this, so the current goes from this to this, but blocks here, and can't go here because it's blocked, so we shouldn't have a short here, or we shouldn't have a diode reading here, okay? So that's how I understand it. Now let me get another bridge rectifier and another power supply to show you that I'm right, because we had a reading on the meter, which I will show you now, that there was a diode reading, which is abnormal, at least for me, yes? So we take plus first, yes, plus, and that's open, OL, open loop. That's better, yeah? So that's open loop. That's fine. Okay, happy days. Now we take the inner one, which is the AC line in bridge rectifier. This side is okay, and the other side is okay. And now let's take another bridge rectifier and compare if I'm talking rubbish or actually I'm talking right, and we shouldn't have diode reading over there. Okay. Okay, so I took a bunch of bridge rectifiers from Moser, where I bought it way back. Again, the inner ones are the AC, and we should have a beep if there will be short, so it shouldn't be. So the inner ones are AC, nothing. You see, it shouldn't beep, nor it should have the diode reading. And the same on the external one. Plus is on the cutted side, okay? The cutted side is the plus. nothing, and the other way around as well should be nothing. Oh, okay, so from the minus to the plus there is 101. Okay, cool. So from the minus to the plus 0.4. Okay, so two different bridge rectifiers, two different readings. I've checked on this one, there are 4 diodes as well, and on the input side of them, which is here, I didn't see a problem as well. So that means, you know, one side, you see, nothing, yes, and the other way around, nothing. So you see, even if you have 4 diodes instead of one package, like here, you get the same stuff, yes. So I will wrap it up here because I've got a mess and I need to hold it. And just to show you the last time, it's completely different bridge rectifier. I bought them like last year for something, I don't remember what it was. Again, the inner ones are AC, again, beep. So this way, nothing, yes. This way, AC is nothing. Whereas on ours, we have definitely either problem with the bridge rectifier because we've got 05, or we've got a problem with one of the two actually bridge rectifiers, or we have a problem with the circuitry. So something else is getting the current back. I don't want to drag this video, but we can see why the bulb is shining, yes. I will try to find the I will try to diagnose it, and I will show you what I have found that was causing that, and I will explain you how I found it. Okay, but that's it in this video. I just wanted to show you the repair on the OLED TV I bought. So now you can understand my process of thinking. You can see that my technician have found as well these capacitors which were under the specification. They didn't hold as much capacitance as they should, and they were replaced. Then I didn't have to replace, but I did, you know, fix the one unnecessarily, the choke, yes, one of the two chokes. And I know because of that test, because of ESR meter, I know that I don't have to remove the second one and do the second one. But that doesn't influence this light going on my test bulb, yes, when it's connected through the live through that bulb, yes. So guys, thank you for watching. If possible, leave us a like button up, and see you in the next video. If possible, let's fix them all. Bye bye. Yo.